Alright. How do we be going? Let's see, make sure my connections are all settled. Yep, looking good. Alright. What's that right there? That right there. Sweet. Right, so, welcome. Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is one of my favorite games in modern memory. I have played through one of the routes, essentially. There are many routes that you can take through this game. I have played through one of them. Tonight, I will be beginning to go through another. Ooh, okay, that's the intro cutscene. We don't want to worry about that. So, for anyone who does not know anything about Fire Emblem or what it's like, Fire Emblem as a series is a turn-based RPG where you set your characters to go do their actions, then enemy team does the same thing. It gets more complicated than that. There's a bunch of different weapon types, there's different movement speeds that you can go at, there's all kinds of stuff, and even more wacky shit gets thrown in on top of it in this version. Very fun series, highly recommend it. If you've never seen it, this is a great one to start with. So, we're going to be starting a new file, New Game Plus. I'm going to be basing it off of my old playthrough here. This is just going to let us kind of like speed up a little bit of the early game, not too much. Excuse me for a second, need to cough. Alright. So what we're going to do, now I'm not going to be leaning into this too hard. It does kind of change how the game plays a little bit, but not too bad. Gina, since you're here and you're active, how is the audio balance right now? Because it's good for me personally, but I don't know how it is through the stream right now. I don't really know if the volume is where I should have it, if I need to rebalance it. You're going to be kind of thrown right into the thick of things once things start up here. So I want to be absolutely certain before I go any further. I see. Andre started at the same time, so we're just going to have to kind of wing it. So we're going to do this on normal difficulty. Don't let the names fool you here. Like, just because this is the lowest difficulty does not mean it's easiest. Or it just does not mean it's easy. These other difficulties get insane. Now, traditional Fire Emblem works where if a unit dies, they are dead. They do not come back. They do not respawn at the end of a mission or whatever. They are dead. Recent games, starting with Fire Emblem Awakening, which was on the 3DS, added a casual mode where if a unit dies in battle, they're not permanently dead. They're gone for the rest of that map, and they come back afterwards. So you don't have to worry about your main dude dying and then the rest of your game being crippled. This is great mode for people who just kind of want to go at it, and there you go. It will be awesome. That's the way we're going to be playing it. Actually, the network can play online. This unlocks us a few extra things. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But right now, I'm going to shut up because we're going to get thrown right into a cutscene. I see that reward request. I'll get to that in a minute.
call the Red Canyon. You'll die in it. Die. Die. You took everything that I loved. He's gone now, Mother.
Oh my. What could have brought you here?
And that's where we start. Hell of an introduction.
Oh, I wonder how you got in here.
Oh yeah, this is the first Fire Emblem that is fully voice acted too, so that's cool. I won't have to be reading a shit ton of dialogue. So abandoning action walking, don't have to worry about that too much. Some Pokemon cards. Lycanroc Dusk Form 5, cool. Angry, oh she big Angie. It'll make sense in due time. Everything makes sense in due time.
It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
So, you had the choice between a male or a female Byleth. Now, Gino's gonna love this, I already know. I've already done a playthrough with the male Byleth. We'll be playing a female this time. Let's shake things up a little bit. Let this serve as an initial warning of chill.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
I don't know. Are we? We're human.
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
Now, I'm not one to rename characters like this. We're going to be keeping the default canon name of Byleth.
Huh. I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
No reason to lie. Why not Gerald?
Wow,
Because I
wonders
wanted
never
to be Byleth.
cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap. It is almost time to begin.
Just sleep.
Hey, time to wake up.
Also, it was Gerald, not Gerald. So, you know.
Were you having that dream again?
We're dreaming about a war
Massive armies
first.
clashing on a vast field.
Crazy
right?
shit.
There hasn't been a battle like that in over 3 centuries. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom.
An ass ratio shit yourself. Well, that sounds like 3 L's for you, so How's that for a ratio?
I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn. Hmm? Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
So it begins. Here's our first gameplay.
Let's take
Gerald's
care of
gonna
those thieves
talk about
before they
the basics
overrun the
first,
village.
but
Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
yada yada. I can explain this better. Alright, so the way this is going to work is you have your map. Enemies have a certain range that they can move. And you can see who they're going to be targeting. For example, this one is planning on targeting Edelgard the next turn. Take your
Stay focused.
move that around and attack whoever you need to. Claude here has a bow.
Ready and willing.
Bow can attack from one or more range. You have some things that are ranged, some that are melee, some that can fire even farther. So I just want to take a second to talk about the soundtrack in this game. I'm going to be gushing about it literally the entire time we play, so get fucking used to that. But we can chill right here. Look out at this enemy from afar. Nice and safe without putting ourselves in any danger, because they have a sword, they can't retaliate. Obviously, weapons have some durability. You may have seen
I will prevail.
this iron sword that Violet currently has equipped. Has 40 uses on it. You can get that repaired later. Don't have to worry about it too much. It's honestly not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and move in and do the finishing blow with Violet here. You have noticed whenever Claude
Each
deals some
battle,
damage,
a chance to grow.
you got experience, just like Violet did here. This is how you level up your units. They get stats and new abilities, just all kinds of stuff. You can view kind of like the danger area if you want to. It's very handy whenever you're planning things out.
You have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
I'll cut through. Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
Dimitri, best boy.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
What about Gerald was explaining? It's just star sign later. Not star signs, more like we'll call them crests. Crests are typically to blame. So what you can do is you can, well, I can't with Violet, but with it. Okay. The main point is that certain bits of the map have different effects on what's going on. For example, a forest here, it's a lot harder to run through. You can't, it takes up some of your movement. However, you get more defense, and it gives you like a better chance at avoiding an attack. What you can do is, unfortunately, I don't have any way of getting anyone into the forest right now, so I'm going to have to set things up ahead of time. In the meantime, we can get a talk with Claude in too.
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now. Thanks for that. I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village. The gods of fortune must be smiling on me.
We can go ahead and move ourselves into position here. Bait out the enemy attack. See, so they actually missed entirely that time. Lucky us. Let's go ahead and have Claude finish this off, because all of these enemies are going to be attacking Edelgard the next turn, so let's take out everyone we can.
It's not luck, it's fate.
You have people kind of situated in such a way, you actually get stab bonuses.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
Yes, Gerald, I understand. I have already talked about this. So, I don't want to suffer through 2 enemy attacks instead of just 1 here. So what we can do is use a combat art. So you see up there in the top left, I have the option to select combat art here. And so this one in particular, Wrath Strike, increases the amount that you can deal damage. However, that 3 there to the right side is essentially a cost to the durability. It costs 3 durability to use this attack. However, as you can see, it's the difference between a kill and not. So sometimes it's very much worth it.
As expected.
Get our first level up. Dexterity, some luck, and charisma. All these things will make sense in due time. Don't worry too much. I can do the same thing with Edelgard here. Edelgard is an axe. Ooh, and she's getting a crit too. Yeah, sometimes your attacks can get a critical hit,
Just
and
like
they do
that.
significantly more damage.
Damn! Why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
This is a fine opportunity. Use the combat arts I taught you.
Already been doing that, Gerald. Don't worry. So that second papa was just saying that when you kill this guy, you'll drop that iron axe. That's what that little symbol up there that's flashing means. So what we can do here is let's actually wait a turn. They're actually going to be coming up this way, so let's go right here. And let's pose up and get ourselves ready on for the next turn. Because they're going to be falling in. Likely going to be going into the forest here. Gerald, don't be a hero. Gerald's being a hero. He's going to steal all the attacks. Gerald's OP, so it doesn't really matter.
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
This is what I was explaining earlier. When you attack with multiple allies able to be in range of the enemy, gives you a bunch of bonuses, so it's always worthwhile to squat up, essentially. Claude finished that guy off.
Sweet dreams. I expected as much.
Now, this guy is pretty tough, so we want to kind of plan ahead on this one. We don't really want to... I don't actually want to get a crit with Edelgard, so I'm going to sit here so I can leave him with 14 health. I can do 16 afterwards here, so that would be a full kill right there.
I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
Or Edelgard can just miss entirely. That's also a thing. That poses a little bit of an issue. Alright, Dimitri, your turn. We've softened him up.
Hey! You with the blank stare! Out of my way!
Bosses usually give a ton of experience too, so it's always worth it to try and soften up and finish them up with whoever needs a level up. So we got an axe from taking care of him, and I'm gonna shut up because I forgot there was a cutscene. Is that a reference?
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool! Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning. Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that? I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name? Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
I was muted. Whoops. I mean, I'm not a child, but I feel like she just saved her life when, like, you know, stopping time. I feel like we need to... let's not piss her off.
You understand. You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
She stopped time, though?
I do not hear your gratitude. Perhaps I should force you to leave? There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
When time resumes.
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this.
Just a fucking huh.
Now what to do?
Time frozen, nothing's gonna happen. Stay here and wait to die. I don't think. Let's just go back a little bit.
Of course. I must turn back the hands of time. Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time. Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
This is Requiem.
Hey, over here! Huh?
Hey, did you just...
Sure did. One of the best characters.
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them.
Nyung.
The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
That's our first stage. Save that into a different slot just in case we need to fall back for any reason.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages!
So, I have to apologize, I haven't been doing a whole lot of talking. First episode is going to be very dialogue heavy, so we're just going to kind of let that roll, and I'll explain things as we go.
Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garrig Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
Close enough.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
Look to me.
What's
I
trouble,
am the captain now.
You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
The Knights of Seros? They do seem rather skilled.
Like, hold up. Voice in the
Seems
head?
your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seros. Oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
Yeah, we don't really know anything. He's never talked about any of this. I didn't know he was a captain.
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students at the Officers Academy at Garrigmach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true.
Fucking call
I
out.
was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition
She's like
of some sort?
15, 16,
In
by
any
the way.
case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment.
Just so
The way
you know,
you held
Gino.
your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well,
Well, spoiler alert. We're gonna be going with Claude.
Is that right? Well, that's a win for the Alliance, so I suppose I'm obligated to be happy.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have
Also,
to pick
16
this up
doesn't
another
make
time.
it any more legal.
my, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
Blonde dude. You know, unfortunately, I have already played through the game with Blonde Dude, and I put over 100 hours into that playthrough. I wanted to do something different for this one, unfortunately. But that's not the final choice, by the way. You get more of a chance.
Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Part 1.
I have already decided
White
who I'm going with,
clouds.
Gino.
Great Tree Moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year.
Always thought these were really pretty.
As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
No, that's not the stream lagging, that's just the cutscene. The frame rate on the cutscenes is kind of low.
There it is. Garrick Mock Monastery.
It's stopping for a few seconds and continues. That's buffering on your end. Just go ahead and reload the page and it should fix itself.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
Or wide-eye, motherfucker.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
Hold up, Dad. You've been here before?
I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea. As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Setek. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed.
Still buffering?
From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers Academy.
I don't have anything wrong on my end here, so whatever's going on, it is on your end, unfortunately.
Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must
Buffering
step
when you're
away
watching
for now,
Andres.
but I
Could be because you're trying to watch us
expect they will
both.
desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say.
Multi-streams tend to
Until
be quite
tomorrow.
taxing on the bandwidth.
Farewell.
If you can watch with an Ethernet, that'd probably be better for you. Wouldn't buffer as much.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Saros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
So I gotta work here? As a mercenary? That's what we've always done.
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you. I look too pretty for that line of work, do I? But yes, when I'm not teaching, I can be found in the infirmary. If you're ever lonely, please do come and pay me a visit. I would love to.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been
They said the
briefed
title,
on the
guys.
nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
Now, maybe we'll finally get to play the game a little bit. Maybe. One more cutscene, apparently. This just turned into a slice of life. Magic. Oops. Ah, Ash, best boy.
Of course.
Now, we get to play the game. So between every mission, every combat, you come back to the monastery and explore. You get to talk to everyone. And this place is big. There's a lot to... so much to see, so much to do, and we will be taking the back streets. So first, let's go ahead and talk to Ray and see what she wants.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor
People
of
will
you?
always be, giving you some side quests here and there. Give you some miscellaneous rewards, some money. So our first step. Let's go meet the house leaders. In addition, you can run, so just be able to move a little bit faster. Sedith and Nautilus.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
I shall. What's over here? Advisory room. Oh, fancy. So, as you can see, this place is big. Thankfully, we only have to worry about a small amount of it for right now. Going into the dining hall. Sorry, reception hall, my bad. Dining hall's a different place. Go ahead and introduce yourself to Edelgard.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresvelk. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Why not?
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant. Arrogant even. But there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Go ahead and meet all the students.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable. For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Iron, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status. He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of...
Mood.
Well, napping.
Mood.
If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire. He's the second son of Count Bergliez. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him. She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she's shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class. Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy. To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Those are the Black Eagles. We'll work on this soon.
Pardon me. Greetings! You must be the new professor. What a pleasure. As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
You student, how dare you?
Yes.
As well go and get Dimitri here, friend. Good luck with that, sister. Let's see what else we can find. These are the main classrooms here. And there are kitties.
What do you think? The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty of other prominent nobles as well.
We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk to Claude first and get an idea of what everyone's like.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
I'd love to know more about the Golden Deer. Let's start with you, Claude.
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Well, fine then.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
Yeah.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it. He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents. Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know? Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Shy girl. Not shy
Hilda
girl.
is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess. Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
So that's all the Golden Deer.
Yeah.
Let's go say hi to Dimitri.
Hello. Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blaithid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
Let's take a look at it.
Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
Okay. Gino, if you're still here paying attention, if you do decide to get this game and play it of your own volition, I highly recommend going through with Dimitri on your first playthrough. It is an incredible story and has hands down one of my favorite cutscenes in literally all of gaming. That is a very high bar for me, trust me. Highly recommend going through with the Blue Lions route if you play this for the first time.
Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man. Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime. He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
Ash is best boy. Ash is just a pure cinnamon bun. Must protect him. Best boy.
Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help. I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her. Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night. Ingrid is Count
Last
Galatia's
but not
daughter.
least.
She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
That's
I
everyone.
appreciate your effort.
We've spoken to all house leaders. Let's talk to the students themselves.
That's so.
Talk to the Golden Deer first. So, Lawrence.
Ah, you must be that renowned mercenary. Perhaps you'd like to join me for a cup of tea sometime. My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
Oh, you are? It's such an honor to meet you. Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
And I am Lysithia von Ordelia. Please do not forget it. Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you. I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is... Marianne von Edmund. Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
What do you think?
And the last two over here.
Are you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leonie Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
Nice to meet
who
you.
are you?
I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
That's all the Golden Deer. Let's move on to the Blue Lions.
Well, well, it must be my lucky day today, being approached by such a beauty. I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Sylvain has different dialogue for you, depending on whether or not you play male or female Byleth.
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you. This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude. Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
He also said you're quite skilled, and he doesn't just say things like that. I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And who's this? You don't look familiar at all. Do you work here at the monastery? Oh, mercy! Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about? Now that I think about it, that does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers Academy too, then? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
There's all the Blue Lions. Last but not least, the Black Eagles.
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger.
Classic Bernie.
Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right? I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house. Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
Well now, you don't have a familiar face. What brings you here?
Oh, my name is Dorothea. Before I joined the Academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire.
You should hear me sing sometime.
Is it true that you saved Edelgard? That's incredible. The name's Caspar, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
Linhard, goodbye.
Sheesh, Leonard. How'd you get into the academy with those manners? So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
Oh, if only they knew.
I am Hubert, a humble servant of Lady Edelgard. I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness. You have my most sincere thanks. This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called heir to the throne.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Now that I've talked to everyone, it's going to actually give me the opportunity again to go back. So let's go back and talk to Rhea. We've talked to everyone. We met all the students. I got an idea of what the
How
houses
are you
are like.
enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
So now is finally where we get to choose. Are we going to choose Justine Empire for the Black Eagles? Kingdom of Fargus, Blue Lions? Or the Leicester Alliance, Golden Deer? Well, if the title of the stream didn't give it away, we'll be going with the Golden Deer. Golden Deer route has a lot of backstory to it that makes things very interesting with the game. If you ever want to play this game and you want a traditional Fire Emblem game, I would highly recommend going with the Blue Lion route as your first playthrough. It's what I did on my first playthrough. It's an incredible story. Love it to pieces, and the character, like the students here, are some of the most dynamic in my opinion. I love every single one of them. Mitri especially has such an interesting backstory and incredible character to unwrap. Black Eagle House, I have heard wonderful things about the story too. I can't say too much without spoiling things. This is a very interesting route to go down. Leaving us the Golden Deer.
So you have chosen the Golden Deer led by Claude, correct?
That is correct.
Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the three houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
Wait, what? Are you really our new homeroom professor?
Is that true? You aren't quite what I had pictured. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
I was sure you'd be roped into joining the Knights.
Don't tell me. You chose this class just to get to know me better, right? I'm flattered, really. Whoops. Now that you're our professor, maybe I should choose my words more carefully.
It's okay. We can be a little casual.
Oh, well then, since we're pretty close in age and all, I suppose formalities aren't all that necessary.
One must truly marvel at the exceptionality of this appointment. Becoming a teacher to students almost the same age as yourself. How unusual. I've heard you are a skilled mercenary, but I cannot shake my discomfort at your new position.
Are you really as strong as they say? Let's see your biceps. I bet I packed on more muscle than you.
I doubt that. Apparently our new professor was personally recommended by Alois, one of the Knights.
As far as skill goes, I saw it with my own eyes. What's more, Teach here is the child of the most renowned former captain of the Knights of Saros.
I heard. There's no way a child of the captain isn't worthy. It's simply not possible.
The captain? Who are you talking about?
Captain Geralt, of course. The most notable captain of the Knights of Saros and a peerless mercenary.
I mean, he's not that well known, right? She's exaggerating.
Huh. It doesn't matter what you think of him. Captain Geralt deserves nothing but respect.
I don't really like Leone. I'll let that on out.
After working as a mercenary alongside a father figure such as he, I have high hopes for our professor.
Just because someone is special doesn't mean their children are special too, Lysithia. Assuming that a child is going to be exceptional just because of their lineage is a bad idea. Don't you agree, Marianne?
Huh? Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's a spicy line if you know the lore.
Well, we can find out for ourselves in battle. I can't wait to see what tactics you've learned from the captain.
A battle? Shouldn't we have a welcome party or something first? I'll get the meat.
How savage. I propose a nice conversation over tea instead. I am more than willing to procure some high-quality leaves.
Tea? You can't get to know someone over tea. If there's no meat involved, it's not a party.
Your common sensibilities are grating to my noble ears. Please quiet yourself.
Sorry for the bickering, Teach. As you can see, the Golden Deer House is a rowdy bunch. We're not especially unified. You'll find nobles and commoners alike here, those who are dedicated to their studies alongside slackers. But hey, that just makes your life more exciting, right? I really hope you're looking forward to the year ahead as much as I am.
Jump. 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 Sometimes the loading screens take all that long because they're trying to load a bunch of stuff at once. Alright, so new places to explore in the monastery. Awesome. Get our allowance. And there appears to be a meeting.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while.
Oh, Gina, I mentioned crests earlier. These will be a big deal, and we can explain things more as we go on, but Hanuman is the guy to go to for these.
Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now. I suspect as much, yes. But we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
Why not? Sounds interesting.
Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this?
Oh my.
Do
we have a crest?
I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done. What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that, but to a greater degree than usual.
Every Saturday.
With each
Yes, of
moon,
course.
professors of the Officers
I'll let Ray
Academy
explain.
receive a schedule for the month ahead. It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month, and when.
So yeah, as Ray was mentioning, we're given a calendar at the beginning of every month. Every Sunday, we'll get to explore the monastery and just do a bunch of different activities where we can kind of build up our relationship with our students and the staff, and maybe plant some seeds in the garden, go and share a meal with someone, go fishing, just all that kind of stuff. Or you can use that same day and go into battle. You know, take your students into a mock battle or a training mission somewhere, and get experience that way. However, because this is the first day, let's go exploring. So because we started a new game plus off of my previous file, we have a few extra things to have unlocked. But we're not going to worry too much about these. I don't want to get too involved in here. Thought I heard a girl's voice. I must have been imagining it. In your room, you can check the bulletin board. You can see a bunch, see what quests you have. You can find that in the dining hall, dorms, 2 in the dorms. Journal. This is where you can. This is where you do a bunch of stuff related to New Game Plus. We're not going to worry about that because that gets a little spoilery. First things first, Sedith is right here. Yeah, let's just talk to Sedith.
These are the students' quarters. To better help you supervise them, you also have a room here. Your room is here at the end.
Yes, I just
Commoner
came out of it.
students also reside on the first floor, while the second is primarily for students of noble birth. As a rule, we try to avoid discrimination based on social status here, but the nobility can be quite insistent when it comes to matters of propriety. Speaking of, it would be best for you to avoid improper conduct. I expect you to set a good example for the students.
Let's talk to everyone.
Okay. I'm not too keen on the professor of my class. I really hope to focus more on strategy. Maybe I should talk to my professor about transferring to a different class.
What they mean by that is, you can, in fact, actually recruit students from other classes, but we're not going to do that too much right now. We're not going to worry about it.
Let me know when you are hungry. I will make you a quality meal, as thanks for your service to His Highness.
They do is a wonderful chef.
I have a request.
I heard about the upcoming mock battle. I want you to know, Professor, that I do not intend to lose. I hereby declare my intention to prevail at... Goodness, listen to me. The thrill of competition has carried me away. I won't speak so formally of a class assignment in the future.
Let's see, there's no one else over here. Claude and Hilda.
Did you hear the news, Teach? Looks like we're gonna have a good old mock battle between the houses. The Golden Deer House isn't exactly what you'd call an elite group just yet, so you may want to whip everyone into shape with some extra training. After all, competition is only fun if you win. To that end, I'd better prepare as well. You know, I was researching what it's like to live here long before I even enrolled. Want me to fill you in, Teach?
Now what? That sounds... Nah, I can explain those a lot easier.
So, about the mock battle that's coming up, you don't mind me sitting it out, do you? As a fragile maiden, I'm useless in battle. I'll just cheer everyone on instead.
Such a joke because Hilda is one of the most powerful people in the game. Oh yes, I was just walking there, game. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm Captain Gerald's first and best apprentice. I can beat anyone, Professor. Even you if I have to. It may have been only for a short time, but I learned from the absolute best.
Sure.
I was just heading back to my room, bye!
That's Bernadetta.
I don't like to come out unless I really have to. Hope you're okay with that, Professor!
Just a little bit of recluse.
Well, there's Dorothea, Hilda, and Mercedes. Lady Rhea's quite the beauty too. And I must admit, I've even checked out Professor Manuela once or twice. You know, Professor, I think I'm going to like it at the Officers Academy. There are beautiful girls as far as the eye can see. Professor, I've got a small favor to ask.
So we're going around taking some quests. You may have noticed that I accepted a quest from Dedu earlier. Plant some seeds in the greenhouse. It's a great way to get some cooking materials. Adelinhart first. Wow.
The Great Tree Moon is the best time of the year for naps. I could just forget all about my assignment.
It's not a very good idea. Mood.
Anyway,
Why?
did you come to look at the plants too? The greenhouse here is really incredible. There are so many rare flowers I'd never seen back home, and herbs I never even knew existed. My adoptive father is the real expert. He taught me everything I know about herbs, including how to tell them apart and how to make medicines. You should try looking around the greenhouse sometime if the mood strikes you. Maybe something will catch your eye.
Speaking of something catching my eye, brings a good little bit here. A little blue glow over here. Walking around the monastery, you might find some items laying on the ground. And that was a great place for me to put the camera. So here, just found some flower seeds on the ground. Well, what do you say we come over to the greenhouse keeper? Do a little bit of gardening. And give those a plant. Go ahead and plant the dew seeds. We'll pick them up next time we can explore the monastery.
My thanks.
We have a nice little fishing area over here. We can go fishing if we want to. I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's say hi to Marianne while we're here.
Goddess, I pray to thee. Please protect us.
That's about it. We got someone over here in the marketplace.
Unbelievable.
The Imperial Princess, the Crown Prince, and the heir to the Alliance's leading house. This is one exceptional year, that's for sure. If you're a teacher here, you better watch your step. If anything were to happen to those kids, well, suffice to say that it could harm the reputation of the Church of Saros, which we've spent almost a millennium establishing.
Can't go past here. Fuck you. Marianne! Marianne! Well, can't do that quite yet. Hello, puppy. Kitty cat. I missed someone down there.
Hi there!
Ah, Cyril.
Let's see. I'm a little busy. If you're looking for the greenhouse, it's right there. See it? Looks like a greenhouse. That's it.
And I don't see it anywhere. Cyril is a bit of a custodian around here. Nice kid. Here's the dining hall. We were told to talk to the dining staff. We go ahead and share a meal with some of our students. Yeah, why not Marianne and Hilda? They seemed like they were friendly with each other. You saw there at the top. I'll shut up.
It's delicious.
I know, so tasty. It would be nice if you spoke up once in a while, though.
As we gain rapport with our students, our professor level goes up, which means we can do more things when we're exploring, do more extra battles on the weekend, lots of stuff that is affected by this. Just getting more money monthly, which is also cool.
Nice. I knew I could count on you.
So that bell means we're out of activity points, which I didn't really explain it. You get a certain amount of activity points to do activities every time you go to explore. So sharing a meal takes 1 activity point. Maybe doing some sparring takes 1, or things like that. That 0 up there at the top middle of the screen is, is representative of your total activity points. So we only had 1, and we just expended it to share that meal. So now we have none, and the day is over. But the day is not over. We still have to talk to everyone.
Oh, I really need to eat. I can't hold out until the next meal. Why can't the dining hall stay open all the time? I need to keep eating if I want to get stronger.
He's a hungry boy.
I'm busy. Do you want something? I can't right now, but let's fight soon. I look
always
forward
talking
to
about
beating.
I think you're just scared.
Here at the monastery, I have had many great learnings from many great people. I am hopeful to have learnings from you, too. As forever, I will do my best trying.
You're doing her best. Hello, Flame.
Hello there, Professor. Well, I call you that, but I am afraid I am not a student here myself. Should the opportunity arise, I would love to become a student and begin my studies in earnest. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have. Might you help me with a favor?
Flame wants us to go and catch some fish. We can do that. Good time to explain this. Go and talk to the fish keeper here. Select our bait. Never get a bite. A little mini game. Just find your circle and get your fish. It's also a good way to get your professor level up. Just use a bunch of bait all at once.
You have helped me so much.
Let's take a look. There's still plenty of people for us to talk to. A lot more of the monastery has opened up to us. Head on through here. The Amiibo Gazebo. This is where you can find a bunch of stuff. This makes more sense. Here you can come and scan any amiibo that you have, and you get some materials. Because I've done this in the past, you get a few things just extra laying around every now and then. I think it's a once-a-month thing. It doesn't break the game any at all, it just kind of helps speed up just a little bit.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Used to hearing that.
By the by, have you ever regretted a decision and wished you could go back and undo it? It's too bad there's no lesson for how to turn back the old clock, huh? But I suppose a bad decision isn't worth all that fuss anyhow.
Hint, he's talking about how we can turn back time.
Indeed.
Indeed.
As part of our commitment to the goddess, the knights undertake various missions across all of Fodland. Assisting with the education of young nobles is also a part of our sacred duty.
Anyway,
Hello, Professor.
Annette.
I have a teeny tiny question for you, if that's alright. You haven't seen a man with hair the same color as mine, a scowling face, and a generally gloomy demeanor, have you?
I haven't, but are you looking for someone?
Yes. It's a bit difficult to explain. Please just let me know if you do see him, okay?
Keep an eye out.
Yes. I hear a member of House Fresfelg, the ruling family of the Empire, has entered the Officers' Academy for the first time in ages. It is said that the Adrestian Empire's very founding was aided by none other than Saint Seros. That is why the crest of Seros is on the Imperial flag. In recent years, a rift has developed between the Empire and the Church. Let us hope this will be a good opportunity for both parties to reforge their close relationship of years past.
You are too young to have a voice like that. Smoking 8 packs a day.
Here's an idea. There are two types of crests. Major crests manifest their power most effectively, while minor crests are slightly weaker. It is said that the closer a person's blood relation is to various saints and heroes, the higher their chance of bearing a major crest. Of course, there are also examples of major crests manifesting in children whose parents bear no crest whatsoever. The exact nature of how and why crests are inherited is still a mystery.
We'll have to figure that out as we go. Hello, Lysithia.
Hi, Professor. Have you gotten around to visiting the library yet? It's absolutely loaded with valuable information. I only wish I wasn't burdened with the necessity of sleep, so I could spend all my hours there.
Don't overdo
In
it.
a manner, yes. But it's more that I want to learn as much as I possibly can.
We'll check out the library in a minute. Still stuff to do here in the main area. Why not? We can actually go to the library. We're right here. Oh, there.
Of course. Do bear in mind that even as you are appraising your students, they are appraising you as well. I hope that you will do your best to form lasting bonds with your flock. Oh, and I look forward to witnessing your prowess in the mock battle.
Same. Daddy.
The church has changed a lot since my time. Sedith, Hanneman, Manuela, Yuritsa, and many of the knights. None of them were around 20 years ago. Have you met Leonie yet? Apparently, it was my influence that inspired her to leave her village. Sorry to burden you, but could you watch over her for me? She's the only apprentice I've ever had.
Yeah, she won't let anyone forget it. This is Sedith's office. He's not here. Eloise, how are you doing?
I've aged at least. Why am I the leader? Captain Gerald has hardly changed since 20 years ago. I've aged at least 3 times as much as he has.
Yeah. Hello, Hanneman.
Apparently, there is to be a mock battle between the houses. Interesting, but I hope you understand that I have far more important things on my mind. My research is proceeding slower than I would like. Your crest is something of a challenge. Frustrating, yet also quite intriguing. I was wondering if I might get a sample of your flesh. A couple square inches would do. No? Perhaps some blood? A couple of drops on the device are all I need.
I'm gonna back away. Why not?
Oh, thank you, Professor. Those few drops of blood are invaluable to my research. Oh, so much more to learn.
What could this crest be?
I think.
A mock battle? This early? Wow, Professor. They're not giving you any time to settle in, are they? Well, no need to worry. If you get hurt, I am more than capable of healing you. You'll not even have a scar.
Hold up. It has more to say now.
Oh, thank you, Professor.
Yeah, that's you already said that. Don't worry about it. Over here, there's some people. This is the library.
Professor,
Tomas.
I hear you are lacking in knowledge of the Church of Seros. The library contains countless documents about the teaching and the history of the Church. I encourage you to make good use of them.
There's a lot of books here on the walls of the library. You can read a bunch of them. They give lore. But frankly, that's a lot of time spent
Tomas
reading.
has served as the
and
monastery's
you know what?
librarian for decades. Actually, he was away from Garrett for a spell, but he returned to his post last year. There is no one as familiar with the monastery's archives as he is.
Yeah, he's very familiar with it, I'm sure. I really think he went on a bit of a vacation there. Anyway, now that we're done up here on this floor.
I think.
I don't. Let's go ahead and get back down to the first floor and check out the rest of the monastery. We actually want to go this way. It will load. Thank you. Got the main class areas. Let's see who's here in the Black Eagles.
Do you know the provenance of our class name?
Excuse me.
The eagle. That refers to the twin-headed eagle on the Adrestian Empire's coat of arms. And black is the traditional color of the Empire's armor. Hence, Black Eagles.
Cool. Didn't really ask, but cool. Yeah.
Yes, it's true that I'm the only commoner in the Black Eagle house. I knew that before the first day of class. Those people are simply exhausting.
Yeah, I'm sure. Kinda stuck up.
Right.
So I had to Ingrid and Mercedes.
The Blue Lion House derived its name from the honorary title of the first king of Fargus. Lug, the king of lions, wore brilliantly blue garments. His chivalric exploits are recorded in multiple legends. The library holds various historical accounts regarding him and the Blue Lions. If you find time, you should read them. They're filled with insights.
Again, I will not be partaking in the reading this time because that did not make a good stream.
I attended a school of magic in the kingdom capital. That's where I met Annie. That's what I call Annette. Oh, I guess Lawrence was at the school of magic too. But Annie was always just so nice to me, even though I was older. She's my best friend in the world.
That's nice. And here's our classroom. There they are. I knew there were some people here.
Hi.
I did Ignat's first.
Have you memorized everyone's names yet? I'm Ignat, in case you forgot. I'm looking forward to learning from you.
Our house is that of the Golden Deer. Do you know the significance of that name, Professor? Golden deer are sacred creatures, said to have protected Leicester since time immemorial. All three of the houses have a meaning behind their name. You should feel free to ask around if that sort of knowledge interests you.
A little bit slow on that uptake. So there's a few more people for us to talk to. Forgot that I could do that. Yeah, one button kind of just puts the camera behind you, but if you hold it, go into first person. There's a Pegasus up there. Who are you, you mysterious figure?
I care nothing of friendship.
There's
If
Lord.
you have no business here, leave.
Phantom of the Opera looking ass.
Listen to this. Wow, Yuritsa sure seems strong. I kind of thought he was going to be the new professor assigned to our class. After that teacher ran away during our outdoor training, I figured Yuritsa was a natural replacement. I was surprised when you were suddenly appointed professor instead. I don't think I could hold my own against Yuritsa in battle. I could probably take you, though.
Yeah,
You
not a
really think so?
chance.
With enough training, I'm sure I'll beat you someday.
Hubert and Nailguard.
I trust you're eager to face the Black Eagles in battle. Enjoy the thrill of anticipation while it lasts. Soon you'll wish you had chosen to lead our house instead.
If you continue to insist on distracting me, I will have no choice but to get rid of you. Joking, of course.
Edgy. And with that, you can see that we have spoken to everyone, first and second floors. I believe. Where was it? So here you can kind of check on everything. Yeah, seems like we have talked to everyone. Cool. If that's the case, then we can finish up exploring. I said we can finish exploring. There we go. Move on to the mock battle. After the end of every month, at the end of every month, there will be a mission, and also apparently it's Ferdinand's birthday. Let's get him some flowers. Why not? One thing I didn't mention is that you can go to the marketplace and buy stuff for your people, buy weapons and various things. This will come in more handy later on. You can also... No, I can't do that yet. Alright, I'll explain that when we unlock it. You can buy like shields, and these things will become important later. Buy some health potions, various things. Battalions we haven't unlocked yet. I think we have to unlock the marketplace before we, like the marketplace in the monastery before we can do that. So yeah. So one thing about Three Houses where it differs compared to some other titles in the series, is that for the most part, anyone can equip any type of weapon. So Byleth here can use either a sword, an axe, a lance. It doesn't really matter. So that's cool. One thing I do want to do is Byleth has a lot of extra stuff in her inventory right now, so I don't want to be holding all that, otherwise I'm not going to be able to carry everything. So now that we've done that, let's go back to the marketplace and buy her a lance. Can I get a training lance? Yeah. Training lances have good durability, but low might. So you can see a training lance there has MT, might of 4. Whereas an iron lance has a might of 6. However, there's a bunch of other stats going on here. Hit is the rate, your hit rate, basically how accurate you are, and your weight affects your ability to attack twice. If your speed and your weapon's light, like it. How do I explain this properly? If you look at Byleth, Byleth has 8 speed. You can see that in the bottom left. If an enemy only has like 3 speed, then you might be able to attack twice in combat, and so you can do double damage. So speed can be a very important stat. However, if your weapon is too heavy, then you might be slowed down, and so your effective speed will be reduced. So there's kind of a give and take when it comes to your weapon choice, and it's very interesting to give it a go. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get started on this mission, I guess. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run an ad break before we get into this, because I have to go and pee. So this should only take a couple of minutes. I will be right back. We'll just do 2 minutes. 1 minute. Alright, that took a little bit longer than the 60 seconds I put the ad break for, but sorry. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the mission. Got our mock battle to take care of. Let's show the other classes what we can do. Formerly a promising young mercenary, we're now the newest professor at the prestigious Officers Academy. Student and faculty alike look on with curiosity as you engage in a mock battle between the school's 3 houses. Let's do it. So before every battle, you will get the opportunity to save your game. You'll also get the opportunity after a battle too, but the before is the important part.
Time for a mock battle, eh? How should we go about this? Well, you'll be our commander, that much is for sure. Just don't screw it up and everything will be great. Got it, Teach?
No pressure. I'm not worried.
Right. I'll do whatever I can to help too. I mean, I'm kind of obligated to. For example, if I add a little something to their food to upset their stomachs...
Oh, you little trickster.
Yeah, wink wink, I read you. You can't officially condone that sort of thing, right? But say, hypothetically speaking, students from the other houses started racing to the infirmary. As far as anyone knows, it could just be a harmless little stomach bug making the rounds.
Well, well, what a fascinating conversation you two are having. May we join?
Claude, I can't believe you would stoop to such crooked schemes to gain the advantage. Have you no honor?
If that was really my scheme, I wouldn't be talking about it out in the open. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until our battle to see what's really in store.
It's irrelevant anyhow. Whatever you have planned won't save you from a crushing defeat.
She has a point. Still, I'm rather eager to see what sort of schemes that mind of yours conjures up.
You heard him, Teach. We can't let these fine folks down.
If they insist.
Are you serious, Teach? Well, if a crooked scheme is really what you're after, I've got more than a few of those up my sleeve.
Oh, how precious. Look Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
I'm sorry, professors. It's about time I returned to my training anyway. Claude, Edelgard, until we meet again on the battlefield, farewell.
I look forward to assessing your abilities. I hope you don't disappoint.
So matter of fact. I'm not going to worry about going through the guides, I can explain this. So this is your pre-battle menu here. It's very basic. Units, these are the units that you're bringing into battle. Personally, I want to swap out Lorenz for Lysithea, just because she is a very strong magic user compared to Lorenz. After that, I think that's all we're going to change. We'll have the opportunity to deploy more students at once in the future, but for now, for the mock battle, you can only bring 5, and Byleth and your house leader are typically locked to the mission. Marianne is a good healer. She uses white magic. So we definitely want to have her on basically all the time. See a map of the battlefield. So all the other houses are already kind of in the thick of it. You can grab, check your people's inventories, their abilities, all that deal. No real reason to go into this right now. You can also reach the marketplace and some other things here that we don't need to worry about right now. So we can also go ahead and do a quick save right before battle. We're ready to fight. Our condition is to win, basically. Rat the enemy just means kill everyone.
This is the stage for
Not
the
kill.
mock battle.
No,
The
mock
command's
battle
all
kill.
yours, Teach.
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other two is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. First things first, we'll probably want to go ahead and bait out enemy attack.
Ready and willing.
This is our first introduction to magic. So magic attacks they can be either one range or 2.
Leave it to me.
So we'll start worrying about that
Who, me?
in a bit.
Who, me?
Let's go ahead and bait Ferdinand
on
out.
the front lines. I can stop the enemy's advance with grace.
Sure you can,
You
Ferdinand.
have Lady Edelgard's permission to... I suppose I've no choice but to provide cover.
Thank you, Hubert. We are off to a terrible start.
Ash, can you move to the front lines? I want to lure the enemy this way.
Got it, Your Highness. Leave it to me.
Once you finish preparing, make your move. Did you? Mercedes? Keep our enemy occupied until then. I'm on it.
Oh my. We'll try our best.
Let's go ahead and see what some magic can do here. It doesn't quite. Let's go and soften you up a little bit here. 5% chance hit, not gonna happen. Finish you off.
I'm the son of House Ire. How did I fail? I must need to train harder.
You were outmatched.
So. I forget, which one do you have? You have Nosferatu. What do you have in terms of healing? Just heal? Okay. Marianne here has some magic attacks. white magic has some various effects. Magic in general has different effects. Nosferatu, it's white magic. It's kind of like a leeching effect. So like, I can actually just read it directly. So whenever you hit someone with Nosferatu, you recover HP, which was half the damage you dealt. So if I were to attack Ash here, I would heal 3 from it, but I'm at full health, so it doesn't really matter too much. Meantime, let's go ahead and get a shot at him. Great volleys. Hang on just a second. Alright, sorry for the sudden disconnect there. My dog just chewed through my phone cable, and I don't have a good cable to charge my phone anymore, so that's awesome. Hi Cyrus. Who's the best golden deer and why is it Marianne? Yeah, I feel that. Hey. Sorry, choked on my own spit there. Wow. So that was a fun little interruption. Anyway. It's a guaranteed hit. Sure.
So strong. Have to do better next time.
That's really frustrating because that was my good charger too. I have another one, but it's just really not great. Anyway, heal Claude up here.
Sorry.
We'll see. Assuming that.
You are performing as expected, Professor. We will have to face you with our full might.
I fully expected Hubert to absolutely eat that. I've got one here, but the one that he chewed through was the newest one that like came with the new iPhone. So it was the good one, the USB-C version. I don't want to take that from you. Appreciate it though. I got a spare rolled one. It's kind of
The new professor is rather strong.
shitty, but it's okay.
I suppose I'll have to call it a day.
Sorry, but victory is mine.
Kind of put a damper in the mood. Oh well.
We will use the forest to ambush our enemy. Everyone, I am counting on your support.
If they're waiting in the forest, we do well to take a detour.
Yeah, I'll listen to you for once, Gerald. Use Hilda to can you? Yeah, you can't reach. Use Hilda to bait out to do. God, how few uses you get out of heal in the early game.
Are you planning on fighting two houses at once? I will admit that is favorable for us.
This is a good opportunity for us. Let's forge ahead.
Photo Lens is one of my favorite tracks of the entire game, for sure. Okay, let's have... That wouldn't be a great idea, because you're gonna do that. Let's have you fall back then. Let's have you cut off Fatal Garden, Dorothy over here. I'm surprised that didn't got a kill. Might work though. Do the finishing blow here.
Apologies, Your Highness.
Sorry, did I hurt you?
Didn't mean to skip through that. Something Delicious Firefly Aqua Pulse. Yep, already picked that up. No worries.
Yeah, I'm definitely tougher.
Range here. No, I can't. Just gonna block you off here. Yeah, that'll do.
You're a tough opponent, but I refuse to yield. Do not fool yourself into believing I will hold back.
Be mindful.
Rat Strike, finish that off there. Don't want to risk that. Be a good way to soften up here. Done this time? Yeah. Last time I played Male Byleth, so I figured I may as well get the cutscene unlocks for playing Female Byleth now. Why not, after all?
Another step forward.
My training was insufficient. I am so sorry, everyone. The rest is up to you.
Collapse in over here. We don't need to smash from there. How are we doing? Yeah, bring you over here to heal up.
Well done.
finish her off.
Oh no! This is as far
Excuse
as
me.
I can go.
Progress suits me well.
So how do we want to handle this one? Oh, are you using a throwing axe? Yeah, you are. That complicates things slightly. Let's actually just put them in. Make them come to us. Because otherwise they're just going to pelt us from afar. Probably going to go into the forest, but that's okay. Let's remember to take this turn up to heal everyone.
Stay focused.
Yeah. I decided not to go into the forest. That seems like a bad idea. Okay.
There can be no victory unless I defeat you. So
Let's do this, finish off the claw, get the experience boost.
We must all do our part.
Do I give Claw the experience boost, or do I give Lysithia? Or even... That's an idea. Can I can't do that yet. This is a pretty good opportunity to get some good experience on Marianne that I normally wouldn't get, so I can combo in, get Dorothea with Hilda, and yeah, let's do that.
I guess I feel a little stronger.
Forced to retreat. Well, things will only get tougher from here on out.
Here, and Marianne's... not Marianne, Hilda's resistance isn't all that great, so maybe... we're going to be attacking... both of you are going to be attacking her. Maybe I body block instead. Sure. Here. Get that. But if I do... How are you telling me that I can... if I was there. Gotcha. I don't really want to do that. I think I'm just gonna actually chill here, the counterattack. I think that's just my best bet. I hope that Manuel can't do that much damage. So now we can clean this up a bit. Surprised that's not going to actually. Actually, if we're going to do that, let's do it from this side. 14, but a little bit of a hit chance, and we'll take the gamble.
My. The new professor seems very capable. I put in some work.
Last heal.
Apologies. Be mindful. Well done. I nearly wound up a patient in my own infirmary. Each battle, a chance to grow. It seems I've exhausted this topic.
So, you've made it past Manuela, eh? I see now I must focus
I made it past
and then
everybody.
make my move.
You are the only person on the battlefield. You don't have any heals anymore, do you? No. Yeah, I'm stuck with what I got here. Make it work. Just have everyone squat up. Oh, that's just a... Didn't expect that to straight up kill. Guess, I'm gonna snipe from there. Would work. 12. There's 2. Cynthia, why do you even have a bow? Yeah, if we really want to be focusing on physical damage with Hammond here. Not quite double there. Yeah, we can do that. I'm trying to spread out this experience as much as I can. I forgot you were using Sagittae. And come in for the finishing blow.
My goodness. The leadership of someone with actual battle experience is... well, I was as good as useless.
That is that.
All right,
Hooray.
that's that. The winner of this mock battle is the Golden Deer House.
Great work, everyone. Even if it's just a mock battle, the taste of victory is sugary sweet.
One thing that I always struggle with in this game is making someone else being the MVP, because Byleth kinda cleans house. But thankfully, if Byleth is the MVP, everyone's motivation gets increased.
Great work, Teach. That was a brilliant win.
did great, even though I did the most.
Playing ignorant as to the quality of your command and deflecting the praise to your students. You really are a model professor, Teach. To be honest, I had a bunch of other schemes planned as well, just in case the situation called for it. But I didn't have to resort to any of them. I suppose our opponents lucked out.
Well met,
hello, everybody.
Professor.
Jesus.
The breadth of your skill was on full display today. I must admit that your tactics were masterful. I shudder to think what may have transpired had it been Claude leading us into battle.
I noticed that too. We just did what you told us, and we won! I love it!
As expected from a child of the former captain of the Knights. Thank you for today, Professor. I have much to consider.
I never doubted that our professor would be amazing. It was way too obvious. Don't you agree, Marianne?
Me? Oh, yes, of course. Well done, Professor.
Captain Gerald taught his child well. It would have been more of a surprise had our professor proved lacking.
Don't you think it's a bit harsh to give Gerald all of the credit?
Leonie, just shut up. Just
In
shut
any
up.
case, it's clear that we only won because of our new mentor's guidance.
A mercenary's wisdom and techniques are forged in battle. Those are the sorts of things you can only learn through experience, right, Teach? But more importantly, it's time to celebrate our victory. Teach here has yet to try my well-renowned home cooking. I really do hope you'll join us. After all, I swiped some finely aged cheese from the dining hall for just this occasion.
Your work with the students was remarkable. I can see Gerald trained you well. I do hope you were able to use the occasion to bond with the students.
Yeah, I kind of planned
I'm
around
so
my
happy to
entire
hear it.
strategy,
Nothing
just
would please me more than if you used
moving
this
support
coming year
around,
to
which
grow
I haven't
closer
even
still.
discussed on
Of
the
course,
stream
the
yet.
mock battle was mere practice. The real fight is the battle of the Eagle and Lion, which will take place during the Wyvern
Screw the deer,
Moon.
though, apparently.
You are expected to properly train your students so as not to humiliate the Academy during the long-held tradition that is the coming battle.
As for today, I have called you here to tell you of your mission for the month ahead.
Pausing for a second because I really like this song as well. It's just a very good, quiet in the background kind of song.
Your class is to dispose of some bandits causing trouble nearby.
I don't know why I've been coughing so much more tonight compared to everything else. Mission,
Those
you say?
affiliated with Garreg-Mach Monastery have a moral obligation to help those in need, regardless of social standing. Students are no exception. Each month before the newly birthed moon departs, each house of students must complete their assigned mission. You shall work to complete the task at hand alongside your students and report back to the Archbishop before the deadline. Understood? I will soon provide you with the necessary details for your first mission. If I told you now, I expect you would only forget, and I despise repeating myself.
I can sense something special within your heart. I have high hopes.
Is it a spoiler?
Bandits, they say.
Oh, hi, Sothis. Forgot you were there.
Do you recall when we first met? You shall not fall so shamelessly again, correct?
Or face.
Have you no words for me? Do not tell me that you are shocked to hear from me. You ought to know that I am always with you now. To hear my voice should not come as a shock.
Sure, why not? If you say so, Scary Lady.
All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible. No one said anything about the Knights of Damned Seros being on our trail.
You have proven yourself worthless, distracted by something so trivial. I had hoped you would achieve your goal despite the setback. But now a child of the Knight's former captain is in play. How interesting.
Hey, this isn't what I agreed to!
Hiring a mercenary as a professor. What was that woman thinking?
Are you listening to me? How do we finish this?
You die.
What?
Underestimating the Knights was an amateur mistake. One you will pay for. The road to eternal torment awaits you all. Now I must locate your replacements.
Wait! Get back here! Damn you!
Part 1. White Clouds.
Not a lot of space for me to talk in this game, really. There's a lot of talking for me.
In honor of the saints whose births or deaths took place under this moon, the people perform music once beloved by those divine beings. Whether by harp, by flute, or voice alone, joyous melodies are shared between farmers as they sow their seeds across the vast plains of Tailteen and Gronder.
Good places to explore, so we could probably get the marketplace, maybe the more churchy area. I don't know. Let's get our mission, though.
As you have already been notified, your mission is to subdue some bandits. Our students have been learning about combat through study, but this is a precious opportunity to provide them with practical experience. The Knights will support your mission, and are prepared to offer their assistance if necessary. In short, this is no mock battle. You must be prepared for anything. You will receive a message from the Knights when it is time to depart. Until then, use your time wisely.
Who wants to go fishing?
More bandits. Not very original, Teach. Well, as long as you're with us, at least things won't be boring. In fact, it may take a turn for the interesting. And with that, I take my leave to make my final preparations.
Final preparations?
You seem well.
Claude, we have a month.
Are you adjusting
Chill
to
out.
life at the monastery?
I mean, I've been here before, but I think it's a little bit too soon to really have been adjusting.
Well, I didn't expect it would be easy on you. When we were mercenaries, I handled everything. Outside of battle, you didn't have much contact with people, did you? I thought being thrown into a swarm of noble brats to teach would be a bit much for you. It seems I was right to worry. By the way, I heard about those bandits. Your first assignment is to take them out, right? That's fairly routine for you by now, but don't forget it's the first real taste of battle for those brats. It'll be tougher to sleep at night if you let one of your little pupils die. So stay vigilant and lead them well. I wish I could offer you my support,
casual
but
mode.
Lady Rhea won't allow it. For now, I'll try to figure out what she wants from you. I don't mind you settling into your life here, but don't let your guard down, ever.
Birthday that. Add some flowers. Alright. Oh, I guess I planned on wrapping things up at 11, but this is a little bit of a weird time to run this. Let's just go ahead and save there. So, one thing that I haven't really explained, I see that I have another viewer back here. I'm assuming that may have been Juno sneaking back in. Whenever you have a unit that reaches a certain level, you are able to make a test to reach a new, to gain a new class. So everyone starts out as either like a commoner or a noble to begin with. It's just the basic class, nothing too crazy. As you level up, you get access to other classes. So for example, Byleth here can class into a Myrmidon, which is basically like a fast sword fighter kind of deal. You can see, you need to have a certain proficiency level in sword, and also for a beginner certification, you have to be at least level 5. Byleth meets both of those. Could also try and have her take the test to become a fighter, but because she's not as good with axe, bows, and brawling, lower chance for her to pass the test. And if it's below 50%, you don't even get the opportunity to. But I want to move her into a Myrmidon path anyway, so study up to teach. I just lost all of my audio. Just happened there? Oh. It's weird. This is really weird. I just lost all of my audio to my game. Let's go ahead and get back to the menu here and save. How strange. Well, I guess on account of technical difficulties also kind of coinciding with a good chance for this, I was going to be wrapping it up anyway, so this kind of works out. Let me find a good song to finish out with here. Is it this one? Yeah, that's it. Let's take that. And let's finish out here. Sorry for the slightly abrupt ending there, but I was planning on finishing up anyway. So, obviously, this has been a very narrative-heavy first stream. I'm not going to say that every stream won't be like this, because every stream is going to have a good emphasis on the story. But as we get further in, there will be more chances for me to talk about like build crafting and just kind of planning things out, doing my own talking. The game talks a lot for you whenever it's trying to tell the story. That being said, I'm going to wrap things up here. Appreciate anybody who happened to be stopping by. I know this is a little bit of a weird thing, but personal project, you know. So, let's see what's going to be the next up. I guess my next stream will be on Friday, but you can catch me on Wednesday. I forgot to set that to the loop, so we're going to be listening to this one now instead. Catch you on Wednesday for maybe some raid night on Destiny. If not, I'll see you guys on Friday for some Minecraft. Catch you guys then.